Good afternoon, Chatty-Os. All welcome back in there again. So, we are back again with some more Final Fantasy, fun, and a fantastic afternoon. So, what we're up to today is, again, we've completed the main story quest. We've gone and gotten a bunch of fly areas, so all the Ether Winds attunements, so we can now fly in the new areas. Excellent. which basically means we are prepared and set to basically do some stuff. But I should go about getting all the extra pieces. But today I just felt like I just needed to go do some level grind. So the end point to that is we're going to basically dive into the game, get going on our go, and start with an MSQ dungeon run. Yay. That'll take about an hour or so. Then we'll get into a little bit of Heaven on High, and we'll do some leveling up, because although I can do the role quests, I still have to get the ones for Shadowbringers to handle for the range DPS, the melee DPS, and the tank, right? I don't believe I've done the tank one, and I haven't done it for the others. So what I can do is, because it's now a role quest, is we can bring it up. And that will also mean bit of this, bit of that. So we're going to get a little Heaven on High, a little Crash Bang, and a little more gather the tokens. So without further ado, because there's no one else to talk to in here, let's do a dive over and into Final Fantasy. We're just camping out here at the FC. Why? It's a good place to stop today. So we're just going to quickly grab Scholar Build. Advantage of having Scholar and or Arcanist as your center is you have Scholar and that. So let's go and do a main carrier. Should be fairly quick, I think. Don't need tank, so it's usually within 5 minutes or so. Now, because of all the queues and though, you're on a little bit earlier than normal, as we've been for the whole week, but when we move on to pushing this into the evening classes, starting next week, Monday, we will be pushing this into the evenings, around about 7:30, 7:40 time. We'll try to get on as early, and once the queues sort of come back down to not thousands, we will move the time closer and closer to, sort of 6:30, 7 o'clock sort of start. Hurrah! And we'll go through all sorts of fun points and a bunch of boring stuff. I want to basically get my head blown off again. Yet, once we sort of get a regular time frame for this, then I might bring in my other games that I like to play. But though for no proverbial set time period, it's hard to say. But basically, we'd be jumping between this, Warframe, and maybe a little War Thunder if I can be so bothered to get angry at the screen without yelling at it. Oh, some people make brilliant shots in that game. Absolutely brilliant. I'm not one of them. If the path that when it follows the, hey, you got shot by this guy from that distance past all this stuff, if it's following just the closest path to it or the actual path, I don't know. Right? But like I said, I've seen some wicked shots made in that replay. And I've seen some bad replay angles too. Like one of them dragged me through the side of a building. So I didn't get to see half the shot. I don't know. Snowing might be a little bit cold for swimming. Now, when I'm playing healer, even if I've only got 21 in the list, I don't like going places because you can almost guarantee the minute you hit your teleport or recall or whatever, that's when it pings. And chances are, with the load times things are right now, it's going to be a pain. So, Excellent Sena has returned some extra old world fig seeds, and she can go off and get me another set of those. Old world figs are, of course, time locked behind a timer. That's what makes them particularly fun. Right? They just are. about 45, 50, so it should be about here. They're the harvest side. Whole world big seeds. Right? So they appear twice in a day, 2 a.m. and I set my clock, solid 24-hour time. I use PM up the top corner. It's easy to read. But basically 2 to 4 a.m. or p.m. So I could get a lot more, but for one venture, I can get 9 every 40 minutes. What's the point in getting them? Well, we're going to put basically an onion farm back together. Put some more onions in the bin because right now we are dumb on the marketplace again. They've reached the dumb price again. When they reach a dumb price, it's a good chance that it's good, time to load up and make some more. Finding out stuff that sells is great. Currently, the top materials are little on the harsh side. But they're flying off the shelves too. Like, I played with him earlier today. Or yesterday, actually, if I remember rightly, because I remember that name. Kind of hard not to. Oh. Minions are always going to be terrible. And minions are usually terrible for pricing. So basically, if it's a good glamour, if it's a good minion mount, or, minions, mounts, glamours, and housing items all sell donkulous from time to time. Fabian onions right now. Thavnir onions. Ugh. Oops. That was not 20 minutes, so we're off. No. We were broadcasting 9 minutes beforehand, as we usually do as a run-in. I do need to add a better timing system for the front of that, because it looks kind of boring with just the logo spinning to let you know that you're not crash. So I need a sort of countdown to add to that. Yeah. Aye. Excellent. Let's get that up. Which one do we have? And we're on Praetorium. Time for the movies. Victoria was written way back in the it's the let's go 3 days in a row. Nice. Anyway, Praetorium was the end dungeon for the end main story quest. So everyone in 50, and there's a bikini person wearing the Emperor's new outfit. Someone in a Leo. Reaper, Morpheus. Get some wonderful glamours and some odd ones. What can I say? It's a bit of fun. So we got what? Two Reapers. At least 2 Reapers. Do we have a... I don't know. Dark Knight is our tank. I'm running healer, so yeah, Dark Knight and a Gunblade. Nice. So, Netflix and kill. You gotta believe it. Let's get this all off and running. I like Praeor Castrum because there's nothing huge. So many amiibo. You got the key. Someone else got it first. Send the ferry away. This next part is basically the only bit that really fights in Praetorian. We're not going to fight these guys. When we first did this, yes, we fought them, but ever since that, it's been, since the speedrunning event to this, we don't fight them anymore. Everyone just highballs it past this, because there's a magical teleport spot down here. You get past that teleporter, and if you die, you can just basically res right to that thing, shortcut it. Neither of the tanks made it, but that's okay. You get beat up so bad. Oh, they got it first. And first cutscene. No, that's the way we play it. We don't fight that first section anymore. It's just run past and dive down the teleporter. You get wiped if you don't get the teleporter just right. Right? Most annoying thing is when someone goes and stands right in the middle of it. If you want to be a complete doobery on this run, play a Lalafell, stand right on top of it. Everyone will dislike you. Right? That's just solid doobery, and no one is going to enjoy your presence after that. Funny thing is this, when you play this far into the game, like all the story, and you read these sort of things, go back, you realize all this is tied into each other. Right? Shortly before his transformation line is foreshadowing. You don't get until you're all the way over to Shadowbrims. That's when that part's actually, that's when Chekhov's gun plays out on it. Really awesome. It's also when you could tell they didn't have quite the budget because voice acting wasn't as common in it as it is now. Yes, she is doing that pretty much in just, boots, gloves, and small clothes. There'll be a set called The Emperor's New Glamour, which, just like the story, basically makes them, not visible. I use it heavily myself, but I do it specifically for neck, bracelets, rings, the jewelry. As honestly, it takes away from the look that coat has. The choker sits all the way up at your neck, and if I had a high, had a shirt or something that was high necked, it looked like it was underneath the collar, so it hangs like a tie element. But with this sort of open chest shirt, it just looks terrible. Even though we were doing that at the end there, I was very, very tempted to blip back just to, zip back to Limsa Lominsa, get my glamours, and then bounce back immediately. It's like, no, we're not doing this with this thing around my neck. I don't like. Scholar, it's always the rule to lean into the fairy. Right? Fairy's AI is simple. Priority is you, then whoever's got the least amount of health. Okay? Single target every 2-point-something seconds. Cast's Embrace, which is a, single point heal, about 200 potency. Not powerful, but because it's a continuous thing, it's good. Your two main sort of heals are, and I can never pronounce them right, Sucker and Aliquot. Those are your big ones. Physics works quite well as a single point big heavy heal, and it's just as good as a Cura, or you can't skip, we're not skipping. They're unskippable scenes. Send the fairy away. Only because it doesn't path down this elevator. Well, the main reason for most of these cutscenes being the length they are. Oh no, we've got plenty of send everyone away again. So, Galvanized basically acts as a shield. So the orange line is. So, and so does Aliquot. Or Aliquillium. That's it. Never heard it pronounced, can't pronounce it myself. Basically, the idea is you give a slight heal and then throw a shield on, and the fairy basically finishes and tops them up. And that's the concept behind your abilities. Okay? You heal a bit, shield a bit, and then this works this. Right? As you get up higher, you get your fairy gauge. Your fairy gauge basically is a heal, a very powerful heal over time for the duration of the gauge's fill. It doesn't have to be full to use it. Your Ether Dam abilities charge the gauge, so you want to be using those primarily. So you move away from global cooldowns to an off-global cooldown healing. All healers do. That said, I don't heal a large number of dungeons. But, not because I can't, but because, well, it can be a little more stressful than playing as DPS. Healer's always the stressful one. Yeah, this is the best ride in the park. Absolute best ride in the park. item right? Nope, it's over there. Nobody gets out alive. Well, yeah, nobody gets out alive anyway. Why? If you've not been in this quest before, you'll find out. I know a lot of people like to run up there because your two attacks are a short range, low damage, or a longer range round target, which requires an extra clip. But your Brat noise does 3,000 damage, that's 4,500. And you don't have to be in the line to hit it. So explosions. More explosions. No, the whole purpose for all these long cutscenes is for cooldowns. Excuse me. At the time, you have to remember that the highest tanks only had about 5,800, maybe 6,000 hit points. Right? Not the 9,000 or 10,000 we're coming in now with. So we're almost double the hit points. And damage we do is so much more. So with the lower damage, the less hit points, the fights would be longer. And you could tell that developers wanted everyone to have all their kit cooldowns ready for each fight. That's why every cutscene's at least 2 minutes, or broken into sections that have 2-minute sections total, at least. So that each fight, all your cooldowns would be ready for the next sort of fight. The way that sort of the whole replayability side of things happens. Oh, I didn't get very often time. But you'll see, I'll have Swiftcast ready by the time I come up again. Not that I'm in any sort of risk of not having it in time. I thought I'd run this one on screen this time. I held off doing it early. But we do this every day. Every day we play the game, we do one of these runs. Solid reason why. 1, it's neat to see everyone's glamour. 2, right? Limit break to start, or see who's paying attention. Yeah, no. You lose your limit break 2 at this point anyway. So you get level break 2 by this stage, and if you don't use it, it's gone. You never get your limit break beyond this point. Just the way it is. You'll notice some of the textures are, well, dated. Like I said, this is some, early pieces, plus we're playing on high definition now. So you will note there is a bit of around. Trust me, I pumped up to 4K. It doesn't get any better. It's just higher detail of the textures. So, I don't know. Like I said, and you can tell, like I said, this is when they first started, so not a lot of voice acting in this. There's a couple pieces right at the very end, and there's a couple pieces here and there, but there's not that much voice acting in A Realm Reborn or this 1 to 50 section. Voice acting became more prominent around, I like to say Stormblood. The voice acting really took off as a thing. Right? There was voice acting in Heaven's Ward. Not as more than the first one, but not as much as Stormblood. And then again in Shadowbringers, more voice acting and rendered scenes happened. And of course, with Endbringers, it's got a lot of rendered voiced scenes in it. A lot. Which is awesome. Certain emotions come across so much better when you can hear them. I will point to Alizlay as basically the best voice actress there is in the game. The range of tonals that she gets because of her character's sort of love-hate tsundere kind of mentality is awesome. And the best single scene, Little Sun. Stola's just devastating burn. Best. Honestly, that was one of the few moments I actually got truly afraid in the game. I was like, oh no. That which we'd started, no, we gotta do it again. We just got them all basically happy with us. Now we gotta fight them again because they just like dropped the bomb, atomic burn bomb on them. Shouldn't do too much damage, so it's only if they really run into the middle of everything. Come on, I'm gonna splat this. Like I said, A+ snipe my guy. Bang. Got it off. Basically, by dropping that, we speed up the fight by about 4 seconds. And after this fight, you don't get limit break anymore, so it's the only one of few only dungeon that really does it, I think. I can't remember if Castrum does it or not. No one ever does it anyway, so yeah. And I can pretty much guarantee limit break is sort of the dynamis, if you would. Right? Limit break is sort of dynamis. Or Akasha. Oh my god, there's a half naked girl running this. This is why I've got the stream set to mature. Right? Some people would be going, oh no, oh no, oh. Now come on, if Twitch allows for, well, half of what it allows for, right? Someone effectively in a strapless bikini is fine. Crap, got a sprinter. Hate. People sprint to this console, sometimes some people can't get through in time, and then they're caught having to do a transport and then a transport again. If they load out, then they have to do a transport which loads again.
Control panel. It'll be somewhere nearby.
shirtless bunny boy.
Take the lid down, and you should
What's
find
the right
yourself
word for
in the
that?
chamber of the ultimate weapon.
I don't remember it. I'm not going to try to guess it. Especially seeing there's a dozen South Pacific cultures that use the same sort of dress. And they don't all have the same name. But they're an astrologian, so... My fellow healer.
Don't even think about dying. You're too bloody useful. The interference is getting worse. I don't think the connection will last much.
I have to play Astrologian again after this. But what it'll be is I will basically level my Dark Knight to full 90.
For who do you fight?
And the other tanks, I'll just basically... They'll get their levels through this. I'll just tank this through with them.
How very glib. And
Because,
do you believe in Eorzean?
although I want them all at 90, I don't see the point in banging one's head,
Eorzea's
mastering all 4 tanks,
its city-states are
when
built on
I don't
deceit,
play tank as a
and its
main
faith is an
concept.
instrument of deception.
Thus, I figure stage 1 of each of the
It
sort of
is
things.
not but a cobweb of lies.
You know,
To believe
one
in
tank,
Eorzea
one
is to
healer,
believe
one
in
bleed,
nothing.
one ranged, one magic.
In Eorzea,
Plus blue.
the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind.
Blue mage is its own
Which is strange.
class.
Is it
Someone,
not?
yeah, people have to agree to bring a blue mage, because a blue mage can either have
Are the
really
12
awesome or really
otherwise
clue.
engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly
So once we
believe
get
they're
all
your
my classes up,
guardians,
we'll basically
why do
power
you
level up
repeat
the blue
trick
mage
that
some.
served you so well in Cartano and call them
Gain
down?
all the abilities that are out in the world, and then try to get some help,
They will
get all the
answer.
abilities
So
and all the
don't
runs.
lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether.
It's doing a few
Your
extreme
gods are
runs.
so different from those of the beasts, icons.
Well, we'll have the
everyone.
advantage of a bunch of minions and mounts to sell
Except for this.
afterwards.
And you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry. Nor is this unknown to your masters.
People in the back's just like,
which
eyes
prompts
up
the
for it, like,
question,
I'm not
why do
looking,
they
I'm
cling
not
to these
looking.
false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Schwab,
I realized
to
that the
grovel
same
at their
haircut's the
feet?
same one that Thancred has, but I selected this long before I saw Thancred.
Your masters
When I started
lack the
playing,
strength to do otherwise.
I played in a realm before a Realm Reborn in
For
one
the world
realm.
of man to
I'd already
be
selected
anything,
this face and
man
characteristics.
must own the world. To this end, he hath fought ever to raise himself through
So,
conflict,
yeah, we were in the
through
original
rich
veterinary.
conquest. And when
The only
dust of
real
battle
thing I
settles,
sort of missed
it
from
is
it
ever the
was
strong
the
who dictate the fate of the weak.
sort of duty companion that you had that's more permanent, you know, scion to help
Knowing
you.
this, but a single path is open to the infinite ruler. That
With
of
the
false
pet tank,
worship.
you know.
A path which leads to innovation.
And then in a Realm Reborn, effectively summoners have transitioned from discount WoW Warlock into really a more akin to a Final Fantasy true summoner.
One truth will prove its salvation. Come, champion of Eorzea, face me. Your defeat shall serve as proof of my readiness to rule. It is only right that I should take your realm, for none among you has the power to stop me.
Yeah, I know. Discount Vegeta here is about to get his fire to him, of course. Yeah. No, we're all blab out on that.
Know your place.
level for to allow all but 90% damage through. Isn't that just like a 10% damage reduction? It's not what is actually written on the spell, but yeah, that's what it is.
To be so hard pressed.
Oh yeah, no, so be so hard pressed. I mean, pressed. There's a word pressed on the end of that.
Your strength is most impressive. Such power befits a ruler. Yet, you lack the resolve to put it to proper use. A waste.
Oh, I did not apply Midas to this. For some reason, Mimas isn't being... Oh, right. No, Mimas is... Forgot. I'm Scholar. This is a Scholar's book, not the... silly me. It's like, why has that book not got the wings on it? Because I don't have the animal weapon. That... No, one of those grind weapons I gotta go do later. What a grind. It is a painful grind to get animal weapons. Relic weapons are always painful. Gonna make some T. Willie monologues. Everyone else has been watching FNAF. Oh yeah. Do FNAF.
Allow me then, hero, to do that which you will not.
Now, even if we had sensors and everything else, like the chat sensor, I'm sure someone would wind up finding a way to basically make it these nuts joke or whatever in chat. Send a tell and, hey, by the way, yeah. Good job. Oh, if they send anything that's particularly TOS, they're getting a report in-game, yeah. Report in-game, blacklist, and the general
Bear witness to the true power of the Ultima weapon.
So, some people might go, it's so boring, just a logo at the top corner. It's supposed to be. Supposed to be boring with that logo. Right? I'm not famous enough to show my face on this platform yet, so I just have a great, what it is, voice for a fake newsprint, right? Yeah. It's not really worth communicating to he's got an immunity. Everyone's doing 5, 4, 3, 6 this. In a moment, Current you fever. There we go. Straight out tank spank. Just outside of one knockback. More than we need to know, my dude. More than I need to know. How are you getting that beat? tank's not playing. Yeah.
But the ultimate weapon is all-powerful. Why does my enemy still stand?
You want the most
Can his strength
equivalent of Baron's
truly
chat
be so great?
if you're from World of Warcraft and you've come to this game.
It is the blessing of light.
Baron's
that
chat is
confounds
basically
you.
MSQ run. Right? It gets the same level of things. Like you see here, people talking about FNAF, laser gun, go burr.
Your foe
You wanted to throw a Chuck
acts
Norris
under the
joke in there, I'm
protection
sure it would
of
go
the
down
crystal
about as well as
he
it would if you
bears.
yelled, walked onto the Barons and yelled Chuck Norris and then walked off the Barons.
So, this is what empowers him.
Yeah. Terrible.
Beyond mortal limits. If you are to prevail, the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to bear upon the shield of light. And so it shall, for the ultimate weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Speak plainly, Ascian.
The heart of Sabik. It is the weapon's core, an enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch.
Yay.
The magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic do you speak?
A spell without parallel. Ultima. I sought
It's
the
twice
life
as tall.
force of the primals for no other reason but to quicken the core. For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now
Twice as
beating
taller.
heart.
Law of Rhea, what have you
How tall
done?
is this? Yes.
No more than was necessary for my god to be reborn.
Damn you, Ascian.
The hour is at hand. Behold but a sliver of my god's power. From the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Ultima!
Boom. Yes, La Habrea really, hard to say though, because Konosuba technically came after this, and Megumin basically pulls the same stunt. So, go ahead. Oh, the huge manatee. That's such devastation.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Oh, Heidelin, it seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left.
Stop pushing buttons you don't know.
Van Belsar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
Is that me, right? It's up there in the
Speak
thing.
later,
What's,
Ascian.
what magic? What you pushed?
But first,
I just had to wait for it to
must
warm up
deal with
first.
You. The question of who is mightier remains. Come, adventurer. Let us find the answer together.
Oh, the platform held up pretty good, yeah. Get some serious drone footage, flyby stuff here. I will give them that. They definitely have the cinematic camera tricks all well done. This fight used to be straight out. Go away. It's called Don't Stand in the Dumb Spot, Reaper. Still expected to dance a little. The warrior's not dancing. Oh, sorry, the gunblade isn't dancing. It's just being dumb about it.
Heed me.
Whenever I tank this fight, and that's often enough, you dance. You basically dodge all the beams as they fire. You know full well no one's knocking the bits down like they used to, because that used to be the thing, right? As you're tanking the fight, you knock down the bits, and then you tank it and knock down some more bits, so that it's easier to fight over and over again. That's where the fight used to be. Then, of course, at the last bit, he does a in rage where everyone's just got to like max DPS on center.
You of all people.
You gotta burn down that last little bit, otherwise, Ultimate wipes the party. Do it again from the beginning of the fight. And yeah, no, pain in the butt. Oops, made a mess. The Ultima weapon has fallen. We got Ruby weapon out there too. I haven't seen a Diamond weapon or Emerald weapon. I think Emerald's in the game, but I haven't seen Diamond.
Pathetic. You boasted of unrivaled power. You were entrusted with the ultimate weapon. The ultimate magic.
Ah, yes. Blah, blah, Brea. At it again.
And still, you failed. So much for the glory of man.
This is the part that Thancred is currently being possessed by Laha Brea. Was particularly annoyed with.
The growing
Comment
imbalance
in the main
afflicting
story
the
quest.
planet must be redressed. If it is permitted to worsen, the very laws of existence, both etheric and physical, will be warped beyond all recognition. Know you the root of this corruption? Hydaelyn. Like a parasite, she must be burned out if the planet is to recover. And not but the return of the one true god will ensure her complete excision. Yet,
Oh yeah, this
to
fight
pave
always
the way
is about
for
like
the
40,
Master's
45
return,
minutes,
a chaotic
lots of
confluence of
cutscenes.
untold
It's normal.
proportions must needs be brought
Supposed
about.
to be.
And that will necessitate the presence of the primals.
Well,
Needless to say, both you and your scion accomplices cannot be suffered to interfere in this endeavor. You will not leave this place alive.
Yes, that was a B2 outfit you saw.
Distinguished bringer of light.
It's been here the whole time. I'm sure some of you noticed and others just realized. All too focused on the bunny in the bikini top, but hey, what can I say? Normally I wouldn't burn these this quickly, but this fight's literally just a spank and tank. It'll be over. Yeah, it's over. So another one is on good measure. Basically, yeah, and this is where most people are earning this. I don't have experience at the moment, because I am at max level, but it's roughly 3-4 million experience to do it daily. Yay! Someone got level 90 Astro. Nice. Main reason why we do it is the money. First of all, it's pays out 9,000 gil, which is pretty, decent chunk of change. We got 500 poetics and 100 aphorisms. So, basically, poetics can be used to buy all the previous gear, is the best way to say it. Previous gear is, of course, all your stuff that's on the line. We'll buy the 80 sets. So if I wanted to buy 80 gunbreaker set for the bits that I wouldn't have because of my knight, for instance, or a melee DPS 80, or a ranged 80, or a second mage, or I have an mage set 80. I stored it. Let's say I wanted to buy, got this ring of healing, deep shadow. Say I wanted to buy a different ring of this to bring this up. I could do that. I could run off and go buy it. It's 240 poetics at Yulemore. Right, for the augmented upgraded one. This is what we're really going for, so that we can use these to buy the 90 gear. That's at Radzihan. That's it. Right, and we've got a big pile of Gatherer script to buy as well, which we'll most likely be doing to buy, big old stank pile of tokens. So what we're up to now is, I think we'll put some little heaven on high, because I just need to do some murder on the way. If that's the case, order of enjoyment. My 4 or 5 main classes, my gathering and building classes, and then everybody else. And I think a trip to Onoko is in order. I will probably set my return there once I get there, because it saves coin, and I have no reason to put it anywhere else at the moment. One of the reasons I love our Guild FC at the bottom corner there, it may not be the biggest house on the block, it's only a medium, But it's right near the market board. It's right near where you can get your retainers to do stuff, and you can get a free ride back to Limsa. Yeah, but you have a free ride back to Limsa anyway, you might say, because I've got the security token to allow me that. Oh, that's true. But we find this is just that much more amusing. We could have run it, but, you know. It's funny, the Arcanist Guild. In the 1.0, I played two characters. One I started in Gridania and one I started in Ul'dah. It didn't... Right? When I heard I was going to try a Limsa start, but when I heard it was going to do this sort of thing, I just turned around and said, no, we're just going to wait. So when A Realm Reborn came out, I wanted the class that started in Limsa. And that meant basically either playing as a Gladiator, which is the Marauder Warrior class. Ninja Rogue hadn't come out yet. Monk was, Dragoon and Monk were both not Limsa. Scholar was brand new. Machinist hadn't come out. Bard wasn't this wasn't this. Black Mage, Summoner, Red Mage, Blue Mage. I think, what was it? No, it literally was like Marauder. That's Ul'dah. Limsa. New. Ul'dah. Gridania. That is now Limsa, but it didn't exist at one point in 2.0. Came out later. Didn't exist. That's Gridania. Didn't exist. Now, this is where you're planning, right? That's Gridania. That didn't exist. That's Ul'dah. Right? Arcanist was the new class they were bringing in a thing. That's why I said it didn't exist, right? So, planning from 1.0 until we heard mention of the Arcanist and then later Rogue. Right? Basically, there was nothing in Limsa. It was just the Marauder class. With the 2.0 Realm Reborn, they brought out the Arcanist, who was basically offense or healing when they got their job. Of course, they had to learn so many levels of White Mage, Conjurer, or Thaumaturge as well. So cross-class skills back then too, instead of role classes. So they've done a lot of simplification and easing, and generally I have not had a single complaint with how it's been moving one way or the other. I'm one of those summoners, it's like main summoner so hard. I'm not one of these people who fly by night summoner and it's like, summoner's like terrible. And I'm like, no, summoner's not this. We've gotten better as we've gone along. Sort of, like I said, before we sort of felt like a we moved up from being just a generic pet class into something more akin to the way summoners work in Final Fantasy games in general, where summons are giant AoE things that basically nuke everything in the area. Okay, that was pretty fast. Anyone who doesn't pay attention to it, Heaven on High, House of the Dead. They are deep dungeons, which means You can get squads together of any 4 classes. Their weapon and armor is unique to the dungeon itself, meaning you can technically do it in your starting gear. Whatever you were issued initially, you can use. They award experience on completion only, so once you complete the 10 or 9 levels. And they're set up so you can just blitz them with, like I said, 4 DPS. The DPS classes, this is by far the best way to level. Like I said, it costs you no... This night, I said, no costs. Oh, actually, you do have a tank. How about that? The Guildmaster is sort of a master of doing these sort of dungeons, Palace of the Dead, living on high. Grab the gold. Gold chests, silver are worth their chasing after. Silver's occasionally blow up in your face. Oh well. But what they bring to the table in Commanders, golds, and the Magicites now in Heaven on High, worth it. It's basically kill enough enemies to open up the door to the next area. Just like that. We're not in combat, the setter says we're clear. But yeah, you can draw upon this to basically get glowing weapons. Yay! Doesn't teach you how to use... Well, that's not correct. It doesn't teach you how to fight properly is the correct one. It doesn't, but it will teach you about certain things about the class. Some of that will transition into actual dungeons. Other stuff is just, you wouldn't do this normally because you just would. I'll get these, you get that. You have to open it. First horde turns into good stuff. There we go. We're gone. Oh, they got the doggy boost. They got the doggy boost. I didn't see the doggy. I didn't see the doggy. They went after the tank instead of seeing the doggy. Basically, it's a damage increase. They're gonna do much more damage. And I was like, yeah. What are you doing? Treasure chest is right here. but he's gonna bring it over there anyway. Oh, we've got it unlocked. Oh yeah. Auto heal is this, and hit points are lower. Opening palms, always good. We don't open the bronze ones. The bronze ones only basically open Phoenix Downs, potions. Flight, and we'll just reduce the number of goodies. Add guys to the next level. Makes it easier on us. Switch your wad. Fine then. I'll go this way. You did. Oh. Magicites are silvers, so hey, fun. We might have been blinded, but I don't think we missed that one. Aw. Oh. A thin tape. Oh, sorry. It's all good. But landmines. Hey, I've had one case where it's 3 levels in a row. It was basically heal prevention. We're firing that off. Never mind. He's done. He's nice. Okay, now we have a straight level boss fight. Okay, who can I commend before they bail out of this? Because a lot of them will go hit, you, leave, versus, running to the exit. So I run to the exit. Also, that you're taken to a sort of in-between spot. Oh, right. 3 of them today. What do you got? Metia 2. High. Which is loop. And a platinum piece, which is 10,000 gil. Nice. And I got a pot shard. Oh. Let's reset. And here we go again. I know. There's going to be a case of... This is sort of the boring part for most of them, you know what I mean? Watching a guy basically sitting in his basement, grinding levels, eating cookies, drinking tea. Like it or not, this is the most efficient way to level your DPS classes. You can take a DPS class from 1 to 71, or 1 to 61 in Palace of the Dead, 61 to 71 Heaven on High. Then you can take them from 71 to 81 in Bozen, which is another area that works on its own principles, and I will be doing a lot of Bozen runs. I need to bring up all the combat classes to this. I do have to go do a lot of mining and gathering and stuff like that, but no. Talicimos. So there are, you know, you get job classes up to 70, and after 70, it's role classes based on your subgroup. That's what they did with Shadowbringers, and they've kept that for Endwalkers. I was kind of hoping to see more individualized quests again, but you know, I understand. You got crunch time because of like I said, the enemies are easy enough to take on singularly. To a point. You're not awarded extra experience for doing it your own self. It just takes longer to do it on your own. Poor man, it's quick. It's roughly 15 minutes and I clicked out of the window. You know, disappear over onto other monitors. Nope. Oh no, there's 2 chests. Okay, go get them. We'll go be an honor then. Haha. You have to fight that. Oh, Vera, start with that outfit. Most Vera don't change that outfit, they just re-glamour it onto everything. Not like, would not rate 10 out of 10. No point. We have auto health regen, not combat purity. Like when I played Cyberpunk 2077, where people say, "Oh, this is the best weapon." All sorts of ways to play things. Another way I like to play it. I've used queso. Play it as a dude, play it as a girl. Don't care. This fight was not necessary. So be it. Okay, that's pretty good. We have HP penalty. Oh, there's actually a leaderboard for this too. Who can do the highest group? Who can do the highest solo? Question. Bond. Samurai attacks are powerful single strike type setup. Good fun. That was not it. Yes, we are permanently sprinting because it's a 4 power. Ugh. Hyperbole. That exploded. I'd have to laugh. I know, Super Bowl. Petrification means we'll be able to blitz one level. It's a different mentality or hit points in Final Fantasy than it is for other MMOs, especially in boss fights. Boss fights are 100% scripted for those who don't know. Where a boss might have a random mechanic they throw. Gentrification. It's just run and murder everything in the way. Oh yeah, you get all sorts. You got those who are trying to be hot, those who are trying to be cool, those who are trying to be edgy. That level's just completely looched. Got myself this time. Well, there's no promise they're going the right way. Oh no, the minute I say that, they're going the right way, of course. Come on, guys. Right here. I can forgive the gold over there, but not the money. Right? It's like looking at the money. It's like, we don't want the money. Where's the money, Lebowski? Right there. Oh. This combo, so Heizaki, Heizaki, Jinpu, Gecko, Akazi, Shifu, Kasha. Those are your sort of three combos, and then they go into this one, which determines what number of seals done, and of course your power bar, which does all these ones with special numbers on them. So, yeah. 500,000 experience points. That in itself is a big boost. As you can see, it takes like 3 or 4 runs will get you a level initially, then it's like 4, maybe 5 runs for the bit. Plus an extra 2,000 gil, plus you might get glamourable item like this. Right, sort of pull the classic, you know, Robin Hood sort of look to it. And you just reset it. You can go higher. You can do the 30 plus, which basically means you just keep going till you're wiped out. But like I said, the bottom runs, you do them, they take like 15 minutes or so to do. You're not waiting too long as a DPS to get into one. So the other option, and like I said, there are no repair costs, no equipment costs, nothing. Why? If you're a tank, do check to see if there's actually a healer before doing exactly what he just did. Some tanks will do that, pull, because they're powerful. This, but not, like I said, tanks are rare in here. I know I've had one almost every time. They're not that common, because with the tank, you get tank gear. You know, it's easy to get your tank gear, and it's really easy just to do the levels. By that, I mean, if I'm a tank, it's like activate the ability. It takes me like no effort to sort of sign on as a tank. They're preferred. Tanks and healers have no trouble finding parties. If you have tank and a healer, you find it's really easy to do dungeons, like really easy to do dungeons. Sprinting. Oh yeah, if you got a team that knows what they're doing through here. But no. You could just roll it. Because your level in here is separate from your level out there. See, in here, level 70 samurai. Out there, level 61 samurai, or 62 samurai, going on 63. So your level's independent. Your power-up's independent, your armor's independent. Like I said, you can literally show up here, get to 30, and go into Palace of the Dead, and just grind Palace of the Dead until all your classes are like 51 or 61. then actually start the main story quests. I think there's absolutely nothing stopping you from doing it. Oh, besides the fact that I think it's actually locked behind one of the story quests, so you know, you will have to complete so much of the main story before you get access to Palisade of the Dead. Same thing with Heaven on High. You have to do so much before you get access to it. Same with Bosun, same with any of these special leveling areas. Get drink. Whenever there's a runner, it's always usually good to have someone who can do the pickup. The fact that he hasn't blown the steel is upsetting. Minutes of regen health. The dog gives you attack power, the turtle gives you defense, the fat cat hit points. There's another one. Yep. $26 for dropping at 27, but got one level 3 that petrified. Probably had that active. Something triggered it. It's a possibility. You know, it's just a bit of fun, bit of this. Is it the right one, or is it not? to be good. All the monsters are unfrozen now. This one hasn't exploded. These four, there's hidden doors. It's not there's two exits, there's only one exit. One of them is trapped. It's either going to explode in your face, turn you into an otter, or make you weak to the monsters, or spawn a bunch of monsters in your face. To burn my actual leader. Nice and fast. Good game. So it's like 510 for new it scales. It actually increases a little bit. So think of it less in number of think of it less as a straight 510. It doesn't go down, it goes up. And the next one will actually be like slightly more. There's not a lot of people waiting around here. Doesn't have to be. First of all, yes, you do actually have to be here. Those aren't worth a lot. They're a glamour, but the girls aren't interested in, and the guys aren't interested in, and the everyone who's in the game aren't interested in them. Just no one's interested in them. They don't sell. Palace of the Dead, there, of course, is the there's a couple sets there that people are interested in. Oh yeah, no, you can't sell that. It is 1 copper, like 1 gil. That's all it's worth. All it's worth. You might get 5 on a good day. Right? They're not worth a lot. Right? They're so commonly found, they're just not worth it. Anyhow, I think we'll take a quick cookie break here where we just chitter-chat for a bits and piece for a moment. So what we'll do is we'll just dive back to the chat for a moment. Mm-hmm. And Just a little bit of a quick side break for those who really want it. We've been going for a couple hours. I know the other ones I just like played through as hard as I could. But, you know, here to have a chomp and a chew, eating a cookie. We're not doing the ASMR thing, crunching in your ear, so go away on that one. Oh, for those that want to know, it's a chocolate chip cookie, but it's mint chocolate chips with white chocolate chips. But, you know, tasty. We also might take a quick bathroom on this, I think. Oh. After we get back, we'll basically do a bunch more runs and put my samurai up another couple levels. Okay. That's all we're up to doing today. Nothing fancier for this. It just was a need of a break. I just needed to get into just straight thumping things again for a while. Say which ones I really didn't like the most of the new quests types. I'd have to say it's the escorty quests. Where someone follows you around. Yeah, those were not fun. There was one thing when I was in town. But effectively, all it did is knock, instead of being able to use the quick transport system to get around quickly, it forced you to run the distance on foot. And it just, yeah. Right? Just like ploop. Absolute ploop. Anyway. We'll just be right back after this quick message, or not message, non-message, this quick break of jazz. Use it for getting yourself a cookie. We'll be back in a moment. And back and go. We'll dive back into the game just a moment once the song all finishes. Just for those who just get into it, what can I say? I don't know. I'd rather stay with the jazz because it fits my aesthetic. Yeah. No, like I said, it fits with the aesthetic. So we stuck with jazz. What can we say? Oh, we got our cookie, we got ourselves a little sip of water, and we got ourselves a glass of ginger. Ginger what? It's a soft drink recipe of mine. It's good stuff. Right? Oh yeah? One of those turn your tummy inside out kind of ones if you're not used to it. A sore throat, drink this. I guarantee you won't have a sore throat afterwards. Right? Fermented ginger drink. Nice and healthy for you, good and tasty for you, and enough fresh ginger flavor and spice just to basically go and clean that. You got an infection anywhere in your mouth or throat, you'll know about it. All goodies, goodies. Oh, who's... couple of strengths right off the bat. So we've got an astrologian, scholar, a red mage, and of course me. And my greatest annoyance. Yeti Sasquatch. Alright. Draviantia. Asteria Tokugawa. I don't know. Yeti Sasquatch doesn't quite seem like a good isekai style name. Seems like you're going to be upset with it more often than you're going to be happy with it. Right. Basically, it lets me do the this. Ooh, got away with that nicely. Ringing friends. Ringing friends. In there. Pass. found that one. All good. It's all good. All things in one. You don't really want to blow strength unless either A, you found another strength, or no one opens browns. Well, they have a chance of having a pot shard in them, but unlike the Palace of the Dead, where pot shards are a pain in the butt to get your hands on, so you open up every bronze chest you can. Here, you're basically awarded pot shard information. Basically, part of the loot table. And, It did not go boom. Nice. Steel, is it? There we go. Couldn't read what was going on. I was trying to read what was going on. Me dude. Oh no, the auto heal is disabled with 2 heals. It's one thing. I'm not gonna tell him he's got a purity. He can figure it out himself. Kill it where it is. Just as fast when we kill it where it is. These ones look silly because he's got the. So, we're going to open the brown boxes, buddy. Why aren't you sprinting all over it? My response. No reason to go nuts and sprint all over the place. A strange taste with that silver. I was hoping to get a magicite out of it. Magicites go a long way to help in the other part, basically. Log exercise and right is almost complete. Oh, speaking of which, logs. I forgot what high is there. And move it. We're doing another one anyway. So we'll do another one, and then we'll basically be able to get 9 of them out, and then we'll see where we are. Allows us to basically, you get your stickers based on, not on what you did, they're just randomly assigned. So think of this as like a lottery. The more of these you complete, the more of these. So just completing this one doesn't put a sticker here. You can't just complete these 4 and get a line, or these ones here and get a line. Or I'll do these ones, this one, and these 2, and I'll get like this, and this. Yeah. That's a great jacket. See, this is what I mean. When you get a nice high button jacket, you can come off with a number of the actual collars looking good on it. Right? I know what that jacket is too. Right? It just didn't suit my style for this particular thing. Each of the runs, once I reached 50, I basically had 1 look for Heaven's Ward, 1 for Stormblood, 1 for 2 for Shadowbringers. I was going to be the Warrior of Darkness. I sort of did up myself with like a mask and like, I'm going to be the bad guy then. You're still the good guy. Never mind then. Go back to, go to a good guy look. worked. Dave. So we have Dave. We have Troybot and Novus Ludio. Brown chests on this one. Bronze chest, brown chest, silver chest, gray. Gray chests, gold or yellow chests. No, they've got good things in them. They're not magicites and they're not palms. You know, you get healing potions awarded for completing the level, so unless you absolutely need Phoenix down, there's not a real good, like, the pot shards are handed to you at the end of each round, right? Like I said. So you get pot shards either way, and they are shards, not shards, because it's S-H-E-R-D. Pot shard. So you're given pot shards on a regular basis for completion. So you don't need pot shards. Potions are given to you on a regular basis, right? You're awarded on random loot tables, so you don't have to open chests for them. In Palace of the Dead, oh yeah, I'm opening every bronze chest you'd possibly, every brown bronze chest you can is opened. They're incredibly valuable. The people who aren't opening them are being silly. Heavens on high. Unfortunately, because all the loot is readily available by alternate means, it's the problem. Like I said, because the loot you're looking for is awarded. So, if all the loot you're looking for is awarded through alternate means, right? So, if all the loot's awarded regularly, what's the point of not going for it? Well, in Palace of the Dead, they've got mimics, which are found inside the gold chests. The gold chests open up all these palms, so they're incredibly useful. You're always it's always worth the risk to open one, right? It's like everyone avoids silver chests in Palace of the Dead, right? Which annoys the hell out of people who are new to the system because no one wants to open the silver chest. Yet here, everyone does. Why? Simply put, the reward is worth the risk. See, the risk in Palace of the Dead of a silver is basically the chance of upgrading you can either open up and power up a weapon or armor, or have it explode in my face. Heavens on high. It's the same thing, right? You get the exact same start, but on top of that, you get a chance to get these magicites, which are basically level wipes. Right? Which is basically wipe the level. So, there you go. So, just for having magicites, it becomes valuable to go into them. Heaven on high, gold and yellow chests, whichever way you want to say them, have all the pawns in them still, but they're no longer mimics. Oh! That's right. These no longer have the mimic function to them. Right? That goes to the bronze chests. So the loot's easy to come by. The loot in the bronze chest is easy to come by. Right? It's easy to farm, it's easy to come by. You don't have to go look specifically opening it unless you need a phoenix down. The risks are for basically getting pox, which you need a purity to get through, which basically prevent you from auto-healing back. So, yeah. So, like I said, you have a simple risk reward. All gamers do it when they look at something. Right? The magicite makes it worthwhile going into. Oh look, we got a bunch of potions. That's what I mean. Open the chest. So, this is what I mean, right? So, when you make something, you make the risk of something terrible, and the reward for it is awesome. Someone will go, well, you know, the risk is terrible, the reward is great, someone will do it. The risk is, like, just the rules. The reward is little and the risk is huge. Why would you? Like, you know, there's no point. Make the risk great, the reward great, we'll do it every time. That's why they say gamers will literally optimize themselves out of all fun of a game. They will. And we get another 162,000 experience for telling people they're doing a good job. Challenge complete. So at the end of this, we got another hot shard. Hot shard. So this, plus 30 more poetics. Oh. What do we got? Money, money, money. Doesn't matter how many of these you open at once, by the way. Wind up Susano. Why not? Minion. We'll add that to our collection. Right, and right here, look, we're almost up again. One more and we'll get to 64. For so many pot shards, I can use, you know, this person here will actually keep your Imperium, this, or, you know, so many grips, which costs you so much this, you can get one of these. And again, here you go. F. If you really, really like it, you can keep them. Same thing goes with your other ones from Palace of the Dead. You can keep them. If you're doing a quick run often, you can wind up the same thing. Hey, they're AFK. That's what that means. So Pricey Iceland? Pricey Iceland is AFK. Hurrah. We have who we have here? Bluethorn, Sykerson, and Slate Lord. That's another terrible isekai name. You should never have a title in your name if you ever get isekai'd. Chances are no one's going to use it. Or you're going to basically step on someone's toes. Hello! Right? Smack. So, wait, we got 2 tanks and a healer. Oh, that's just interesting. Warrior, Paladin, and Sage. So who's on our run today? So we have Zeke Leak again. Raven. Right? It's in Ray in. And he's a Aura who's just trying this, and Slate Lord who we already saw outside. If I have a preference, I'm going to give a bonus here to Slate Lord for not only sending dudes, not only doing the healthy help thing, but also because why was that trap there? Too early. It's unlikely that they'll get to the end with all the minutes of that. Each buff lasts 8 minutes. We may not see it to the end. Always check to make sure the healer's on your tail before you pull. They're along the fells. Well, if we go with what the first calls them, Hires are known as Humes, short for human. Elves are elves, Lalafell are dwarves. We were actually told what Aura were. Or the Mikote. So I'm sure it was covered. I know what the viewer said they were, but the only one I popped in Heaven on High. Well, House of the Dead you get, I do it for whenever there's a knockback, because you're trying to build for Manticore to finish the last level on. Right? Basically, Rage, and keep one of those that you can drop so that Manticore has knockback ability, because that's how it kills him. What does it lets you basically store up your it's just a base rule. Each of the two deep dungeons have their own base rules. Bosun's got its own set of rules as well. So is, you know, Eureka has its own set of rules. Oh, it's just the way it goes. Just the way things go. Nope, that's not it. There it is. Oh no, that's a chest. Fortune. The moment we get through, we'll be like, how are you gonna boom fortune? You guys will hold off the Magicite. I'm not sure someone will. There it goes. We had 3 frailties, which would have worked, or we also had a petrify, which would have worked better. That means we could have dropped the magicites. And another level. Once I get to 70, I'll go do the actual samurai quests. My rule is, because they're not my main, like, what I do is I focus primarily on Summoner, Scholar, and my added-on crafting classes. Like, those are the classes I really care about. I didn't get it. Oh. I thought I picked one up. So, when I look at my classes, I need one out of these. And to be honest, I played the Reaper when it first popped down, just to try it out. I wasn't that fussed with it, but I haven't really given it a good fair shake, I would say. Right? I know I'm not a fan of Monk. So let's break down what classes I love, don't love, stuff like that. First of all, I'll either break down a class by one of 2 categories. I either love it because of the story, right? So the classes there's basically the story side of the class, and then there's the mechanic side of the class. So for instance, the Summoner, I love the story parts behind the Summoner. I love the mechanics of the Summoner. Therefore, I play Summoner. Those are my 2 points. If I love the story and this, I like to play it. Blue Mage, I love the mechanic. I like the story and lore. I play it. Black Mage, mechanics, I'm not that, mechanically, it's dull to me. Again, this is all my opinions. Dull because it's basically stand there and nuke it into the ground. It does some stupidly huge numbers. As a class, it is one of the most powerful, straight out damaging classes there is. The lore, Thaumaturge lore was Black Mage lore was sort of better. Right? Black Mage lore was better than the Thaumaturge questline lore section. I don't think anyone's going to comment you any worse off than that. Right? Basically, this section was good, this section not so good. Some people are like, oh, that's fair. And it is. You have to know why you love something. Right? So, if I was, if it appealed to me, I'm sure I would basically be singing high praises of Black Mage. With little to no fanfare, I would be happy to sing it. Right? The Astrologian. Yeah, that's a sigh. I wasn't a fan of the Astrologian's play, but then people who love Astrologian will easily tell me in the last couple of patch or last couple of updates, Astrologian kinda didn't get a lot of love. And was more fun initially to play, and it's sort of been dumbed down, and in dumbing it down, it sort of took what I might have liked out of the class. So So there is that. That said, so that's the mechanic side of Astrologian. Like 5 members without a house. Come join us. We don't have a house yet, but you can join in and help us get a home. Oh, by Tushi Hindsight. Yo. Yo, indeed. Hansu's not happy with you. Upping your rates here. So, like I said, Astrologian, not fussed with Scholar. I like again, not just because it's tied on to Summoner. I actually do think the whole quest line, backstory, the lore, I liked it. It was good fun. Mechanically, I liked it. Right? So I like Summoner and Scholar quite happily. And they're both linked together, which is a bonus in my books. If they weren't, I still wouldn't care. I would still be leveling Scholar and Summoner. It's just my Scholar would be lower level, and my Summoner would be 90 and we'd be done by now. Still, because I would have just pushed and done all the extra quests, push my level where I needed it. Right, so there may have been 1 or 2 more episodes for the main story quest, but that'd been about it. Right, White Mage. White Mage, I do love the mechanics of the White Mage, and I do love the story for it. Right? It actually plays in quite nicely. Sage, mechanically, it's got feels of Astrologian and Scholar just off the top of it. But I'd have to actually play it to find out. I haven't really given it much more than just a run around. Comes to Bard. Honest answers about the Archers Guild, the 30 first 30 levels. It's an intrigue. It's a better intrigue than the Lancers Guild, but it's not that interesting. Right? It's got one memorable character in the quest, and the others, I forget what they look like. Right? See, I can remember Marauder's quest line, and I can remember the Summoner's quest lines, and I can remember the Dark Knight's one. I can't remember the Gunbreaker's line, and I don't really remember Paladin's line. And I've only remember vague elements of the Gladiator's piece. See, this is what I rate as how much the quest lines are good. Right? So Bard was better. Right? Bard was actually better. Okay? So the Bard was memorable. The Archer wasn't. It happens, though. It happens. Right? Pugilist. I have to really think hard for it. The 50 quests from the actual monk quests, if they didn't constantly throw that monk guy in your face for every thing from the 50 or 30 through to 70, you would forget about him. He's not that developed a character. Right? He's quite two-dimensional when you meet him, because he's only got one thing on his mind. So the 50 quest is not memorable. The piece in the up to 60, that has an element into it that's a little more memorable. And final piece of the monk, it's not good again. So it had, Monk had this one piece that was right there in the middle that was memorable, and then it had blah either side. To me. To you it might not. You know, White Mage and Conjurer were exciting the whole way through. Right? You know, I remember the elements of it. This is what I mean. Black Mage was definitely better than Thaumaturge's thing, so the 50 to Black Mage was more memorable than the other one. Okay? In fact, I absolutely hated Thaumaturge. I'm kind of glad they added Arcanist to the game, because if I had to play as a one of those, I would have left Black Mage the minute Red Mage hit the scene. Right? I haven't played the Red Mage's piece because they started at 50, so I haven't really played that quest line through, but mechanically I like the Red Mage. I like the Blue Mage mechanically, and I like the Blue Mage through story, but the Blue Mage is a limited class, which means you can't queue for it. Right? You can't queue for a Blue Mage job. You have to have a pre-made party, and then you go. So if it's a 4-man run, you have to have all 4 people, and then you can do it. It's just the way it works with Blue Mage. Right? I love the Dancer's piece. Machinist, I haven't played through the whole thing yet. Mechanically, I like the Machinist. Bard, like I said, I'm not fussed about the Bard's main mechanic because it's dependent on dot that crits, which means you're reliant on maintaining a damage over time function that must crit periodically during each tick in order to actually trigger your thing. So, yeah. Learning about me, I don't mind random chance elements, but when core mechanics of your build are reliant purely on random chance, it starts to get annoying if there's not enough other things to work. Like the Dancer, there's a lot of subsets. If I just quickly jump over for a quick moment just to bring it up. Yeah, I know, I don't change that much. Right? Right? Again, you have a 50% chance to basically up power. Right? For most of your abilities. You're like, oh, that's fairly core random. It is core random. But if we go to, where do we have here? Fountain, it goes, you know, granting first blow. Didn't have that on here or something? No, not really. But point is, it's only an increase in potency, right? It just basically increases your ability to do more, right? It gives you more if you crit or if you get the special on it, right? Now, if I go to Bard, I'll show you why. Grumpy on this guy. Right? This, when it goes off, Mage is valid. Your songs are your primary. They're a long cooldown. Right? This one just grants a small damage buff. Chance to grant repertoire. Right? 80% reduces this and this. Right? Repertoire effect is this, 80% chance. Right? This used to be, right? I haven't had a chance to play it since the patch, but like I was saying, this used to be based on crit. Right now I see it's 80% chance to do it off. This is better. Before, this was based on your critical chance on this and this dot. Okay? These two low-powered dots, which are part of your weapon skills, which means they are on global cooldown. You had to keep these up and this up all times. And because your additional effect was basically on random chance, or basically let you throw this out. Yes, so they have improved Bard. It may, right, the mechanics will basically clean up. Right, so like I said, I haven't had a chance to basically play Monk or Dragoon or Bard, Dancer, Machinist since the actual, since Endwalkers have come out. I've only basically blasted with a Scholar and Summoner and a little bit of Reaper to try it out. A little bit of Reaper, a little bit of Sage. Right, this is me doing samurai things now. Okay. So, like I was saying, but like I said, for the longest time, Bard was based around critical effect. And like I said, that sucked. Right? It absolutely sucked. Yes, you have to do a crit build, and you have to basically get as much crit as you can possibly get, because if you don't have much crit, you don't get your abilities to fire off. And if your abilities don't fire off, then, well, here's you basically casting Mage Ballad, keeping your dots up, which only tick once every so many seconds. So you need, like, spell speed so they tick more often, and you need critical hit to basically pull it off. But the rest of your kit doesn't play with things like that. You're like, ah. Right? And the fun fact is you can't run some of the kit gear you want, because like this kit doesn't work with this, so you need this. But then some of the armors are unique, meaning, you know, hey, this set is basically, glad it wasn't that far into enjoy that one. But what it means is, you know, you're this far into such a long thing. Basically, you're got a kit like Black Mages. They might get a critical Black Mage, but you also get a speed spell Black Mage. But because all mages use the same set, the set's unique, materia effect get on to basically power it up for a Black Mage, plus the set itself can mean effectively sundering other particular groups to secondary. I think that's more so these things are more so when you consider, you know, that they're all built around sets now. And sets are shared. Fix that problem. He's fine. So, for instance, you get a caster set, which is shared between red mage, black mage, and summoner. And outside of a relic set, like your weathered set, or your ancient set, or your archaic set, chaos set, or like that, which is specific for summoner or black mage, like this. So you see what I mean? You wind up with this sort of weirdness to it. Right? And like I said, for what you learn in Heavens on High, it's not ideal. Right? You know, there's an ideal rotation for most things, and this is what's actually making me love Summoner so much more, is the fact that our rotation now is basically got a multiple choice question right in the middle of it. Right? By that, I mean, quite literally, or when we were playing, you had pretty much, jeez. You had pretty much one way to play. You know, disability, 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 disability. These were your openers. This was like short opener, long, medium opener, long opener. This is your standard playthrough for when you're doing whatever ability. Like when you're fighting a boss, this is the preferred rotation, because this is to make damage out. Now, your preferred rotation is, you know, start one, start two, you know, pull out your ether charge right away, drop your summon Bahamut. Then once Bahamut's down, glad I wasn't for that one. Drop the base. And oh joy. You know, drop the base like this, good and hot, and out of the world. Because then you use your quick casts in bars between trying to use area effect and non-area effect. And you sort of mix with the other two, or you just do a full-on dump right away. It's really quick to do. And it gives you a few more hits with your worm. And the real question is, you know, there is a question that is posed there, which is it enough of a power-up thing that you want to increase some spell speed to see if you can sort of get one more? You know? sure I could be told, Samurai, there is an ultimate combo, this, and you're doing it all wrong. Granted, this is, like I said, this is Heaven on High. Heaven on High is a different rule set for the rest of the game. Right? You're only trying to kill individual mobs, so you're not really focused on doing the pull and trash wipe. And what would be an ideal build and kill for a yeah, I know, I just killed that, but considering how much these guys are using auto heal, like I said, there might be a perfect combo. And I'm probably sure I'm not following it. Because like I said, I'm doing what works here. And repeating myself. Yeah. They're still fighting them. Someone is in. So, that's what I mean. Make it easier to kill everything. So there we go. So with 2 Magicites, this ought to go real fast. Turn the computer like rev up that last little bit. Give it a bit of a sticker point to it. Right? Oh, wow. So yeah, you can get a lot of experience really, really, really quick. And because this is an awarded experience, this level experience you get, this bonus, it doesn't cut into that. But yeah, I know, it's gone up a whole 10,000. Right? Did I get? Yeah, I did. I know we definitely opened a couple, so. Falconer's boots. Those are actually the boots I've got glamored right now, as well, for the record. Hey, an Emerald Star. So, like I was saying, right? Starbird, Meteon, Meteon. Did that already? Well, some people will be like, oh, this is sort of a dullish thing. Well, to be honest, my reason for streaming is primarily people. Why there's no donation part on my page. You know, I want to have a few people to basically hang out with. Don't need many. And chit chat and honk with. You know, I hang out in Discord channels and honk with people in there. It's fun, but you know, and it's like, oh, we want to play over here on like this. We want to go play some Rust, or play some Warframe, or play this, or hey, do you have this game installed? Right? So I'm always running around to other games. Just have a fondness for Final Fantasy, and it's like, I don't play it. They don't play it. So, you know, try and make friends in the game. You know, we hang out, play with the guys in the guild. But we're time zones, we're in different areas. Guild leader's in Central, I'm Mountain, one guy's in Germany. So by the time we're all said and done and positioned, a few times that enough of us are all on, basically have a good old run out with the boys. You see what I'm saying, right? It's sort of, because it's spread out so much, it's this. We're a small guild, so I know we've got a number of people signed on, but some of those guys have not been online for, well, they would have been booted in a normal, in any other guild, I'm sure they would have been booted. Excellent. But the point is, right? Wow, okay. Stepping on all the things. Didn't realize we were playing Minesweeper again. But I thought the funny one was we were doing one run, and we found just like every mine on the floor. It was just bomb after bomb. Every chest exploded. Well, there's a great name, Hose Mad. Right? Cleave Corbo, or Corbino. And Kokobo and Abusha. Actually have to open the chest right now. Imperial Nuisance. And Ilala fell to boot. Isn't that, like, I don't know, against TOS? And it's pushing it. Definitely pushing it. Another great thing about Heavens on High. It plays all the classic music as well. That bit him, I would have to laugh. What was I thinking? I was thinking... well, I wasn't thinking they were going to bring in another Prometheus. I thought they were going to bring another ranged Prometheus, but they brought in guns, bows, and thrown items, and I was sort of like something with like a crossbow. Then. Crossbows haven't really been part of the Final Fantasy weapon line. So that kind of got there. Then it would have gotten confusing with the limit break pulling. Everyone pulls a crossbow. It's funny when you watch some of the dancers do it. It's like wearing a dancing girl's outfit, my dude. Some 8-foot tall Bulgarian dude who's buff as anything wearing the Bavarian dancing girl's outfit. Makes him feel pretty. Right? It makes them feel pretty. Okay. Right? As I point out, your character, your glamorous, I don't care. Right? You play how you want to play. But the point is, I don't know where you were hiding that crossbow, let alone the 2 for the Limit Break 2. It's just like 1 for Limit Break 1, and twins for it's like this. Yeah. No, Now, it kind of doesn't make sense to pop that one. Serenity, basically. Critical level enchantments, which there are none. And then we're leaving the level anyway. Right? Right. I had, instantly DPS, like I said. Mechanically also, Monk. They are a facing fighter, meaning behind, flank, frontal, right? Put a circle around your guy and crisscross it. So you have 90-degree arcs. Focused, front, back, left, right. Anything in the front arcs in front, left, right, or flank arcs, and anything behind it is in the rear. The monk has a dance they must make, which is basically, left, right, forward, back. They be constant in order to optimize what hits and where they hit and maximum potency on everything. So, this is what I point to. Right? Okay. Oh. Simple, right? So, no, you can't open it. Oh, move. You can't open it with your face in it, that dude. So, like I said, tanks wise, Gunblade and Paladin were like me. So, these classes, so, I suppose I'm going on a bit of a rant here. I'm making enough for one more run, or am I going to, I should. I could easily make one more run, and then rant it out the last bit. But like I said, so, Scholar over the other healers, Dark Knight over the other ones, Answer over these two. Right now, I like Machinist and I like Dancer, but I like Dancer more than I like Machinist because I love the quests more, I like the mechanics more. Yeah. Right. Summoner over this. Blue Mage is its own, which is its own problem. I've just never had a melee DPS thing. And up until Shadowbringers, I didn't have a physical DPS. It was basically just Summoner, Scholar, and Dark Knight, and that was my triple point. And to be honest, that's all I cared about. Right? But, you know, Shadowbringers start doing the grinding, start bringing the rest of the classes up. And then, of course, in the middle of grinding, you realize this is bloody dull. Just power grinding away, heavens on high. You get bored of that, you run off and do fates, and then you get bored of that, you run over and do something. You go back and get some of the early quests that I've left just for this such purpose, to basically fill up experience, to help break it up. Fine. Might, you know, spend a bit of time cooling down. We'll wait for a roulette to pop. Then back to heaven on high. Palace of the Dead, grind it some more. It's always better to do that sort of things with people. Right? But like I said, my guild, we're all over the place. Good guys, good people. I wouldn't leave them for anything. But, yeah. No, my high point to it is that's my reason for starting a stream session, right? Looking to do it for a while, then with Endbringers coming out, I figured that's a great place to start because it at least gives me, if not a full new start, which is boring, at least a in-between start. You know? Start with the new content. Maybe, you know, people become interested, get a bit of noise up on that. Maybe. Right? You ever expect to be very, very famous on it? Hell no. Right? I expect to basically just be that little bum streamer down the bottom with maybe one other viewer, which is the actual damn computer itself. I don't know why Streamlabs does that. You know, I guess the way it's doing it because I have Streamlabs open and I also have the Twitch Stream Manager open, and it's counting that as one viewer. Because of how Streamlabs logs in and has the preview panel and all that. Right? I'm not about to take the code apart and verify that. But yeah, you know, holidays are coming up and over, so at the end of holidays, we know what is going to happen. We're going to get out there and start back to the daily work. After work, come home. If we're even, you know, that is if we're allowed to, if we're doing most things by remote. Oh, sure. Heaven on high, it's easy. Palace of the Dead. Right? me all the way. As long as we get a few viewers. No. Oh, you need this many to have this. Yeah, you do. I can have under that many viewers and I'd be a happy camper. No, just 10 guys hanging out in the chat room basically all the time. It's like, dude, that's subscribe, dudes. That's what you are. My puppy's armor. Little dragon pop or something. Samurai. Falling Star. That works. Dave. Doesn't quite. Novus Nubio. That works as an isekai name. I rate your names on basically, like I said, how well the isekai. I eat. It's a poo dog. Dog food, he teaches me. Haha. Terrible. Slaps for that one. That it's Dave. Come on, Dave. Get with the program. Remind them. It just turns out that way. In a handful of small levels, so. It goes off of you, go over top of it so you can't just jump it. So who's missing? Starfall. Falling Star, sorry. Falling Star. AFKK. so. Well, no, she's sort of getting silvers is what it was. Is she the one that asked for silvers? Maybe. Blow that whole stack of crap out. Doing that. Balloons. Drink the potion. No, that's the way it goes. Right, so I'm allowed to ramble. Okay, Dave, you get it. Nice. Bushido Blade 3, she made 70. Oh, that's gonna stinker. I was close. I was close. Too close. Too close for the comforts. There you go. 19,000 or 18,900. We got another Phoenix down out of it, so we're good. So yeah. With the changes, honestly, I doubt I will go to being a Dragoon. You have to like Dragoon a lot. And I must admit, I'm not a fan of the Dragoon. Right? The jump animation has spoiled that one way too easily for me. Dragoons are aka floor inspectors, and yes, you are. Because any dragoon knows if you do not do the fight perfectly, jump at the wrong moment because it's opportune to take the jump, and the boss turns around and goes, "Guess what's happening?" And it's just splat. And you know it. There's a reason why you're called floor inspectors. And I just want, like I said, today I just wanted a dirty, did not care kind of thing. So, we had one. We'll be back for some more Heaven on High, as well as some more just general game chitter-chatter, mechanics and stuff like that. All in due time. Because, hey, what we're here for. Right? That's what I hope you guys come along and join me with the journey for. I know, I could have taken the transport, but yeah. Felt award with Free Company Estate. Yep. And yes, we are in the 7th ward. We got on the ground floor early. Summoner 555. Need another 5 on the end of that one just to make it really awesome. Double points for knowing what that belongs to. Triple points if you've actually watched the whole thing from start to end. There's your hint. Oh, right, figs are up. Right, Sena will have me some figs. Ah yes, my retainers. Brina, Sena, Fury, Shapira, Unicon, and Ianesse. It's a double I at the front. Voice. No, I don't need to send you off on that anymore. I've got enough fig as I know. Plenty of figgy pudding. And once more back again. Where I sort of start my journeys and end my journeys is here. Why? It's as good as any place to sort of start and finish, really. Is it always going to be logo and never your face? Go back, think about it. Again, it's one of those. Right? So, I think that's a good enough place to call it out. Nothing else to sell to you. Yes, rare material suppliers. More for the aesthetics of the sort of official gowns. It makes it look more like an office. So, we'll be picking up more fledglings, breeding more chocobo. I need to get a whole slack of them. I was fortunate in this young lady here. Yes, that's right. Her sire has 4 stars in most things. The only problem is the female side is 2 stars in most things. Her mare. But the lady. Right? The sire and lady. Is that thing? No, unfortunately, it's just genetics. I mean, here's one that has nothing but But here's the daughter, and as you can see, I've got 50/50s and 50/50s. Right? I've got to go through all my chocobo and figure out which ones are the best ones to breed. So I think we're going to call it here for the evening. Why? Because it's just the way we go. So we will have to catch you on the next one when we get back to it all. So, what does this mean? Well, we'll finish up with just a little bit of a chit chat on all of it. So, next one, I think tomorrow, we're just going to do a little more just general mayhem around the place, a bit more heaven on high. We'll get up the samurai to the top end. I won't start the class quests until I sort of do next week, Monday. Right? We'll run late to about, 7:30 to 10:30. It's a 3-hour stream. That should be more than enough to basically do a few quests and a few goodies in there. We'll get it done for the role quest for Summer, and we'll get it done for Scholar. Maybe pick up some tasty extra goodies in the form of jewelry for them. Use some of those tokens, another round of the MSQ. So what do you really do? And that won't be there for today. Right? That's something I'm going to leave in the background shadows. Right? Well, to me, it's usually just a boring day job. Nothing fancy, nothing flash. I guess there's always going to be that question. Would you hope that you can make enough money gaming, playing stuff, entertaining people that you never have to do this? Do your day job again? Actually, no. As much as I enjoyed this, I'd rather, even if I was given millions of dollars, all I would do is basically take what I do for a living and continue to do it. Right? It is my passion, after all. Gaming is what I do for fun. Outside of work, which I also find is fun. Right? I'm one of those wonderful people who actually managed to figure out what he wanted to do early in life, figured himself out early enough in life, and I do what I love for work. So even if I get, 10 million of you watching me at once, outside of being just a little bit more nervous than normal, that's about it. That's about it. So, we're not going to anyway this, right? I don't have anyone to chit-chat to. I'm just blaring out to the nether, just general what's coming across my mind. But I do merch. Oh yeah, I do merch. Right? Alright, standard rules, merchandising. You put the lame on everything. Right? Thalen Darkfire the coffee cup, Thalen Darkfire the t-shirt, Thalen Darkfire the doll. In which case it'd just be basically the logo done up as a stuffy pillow. That would be kind of cool. Right? Why? Why not? That would actually be kind of cool. Nice round pillow, about, 4 inches thick. For no reason. Nice dense memory foam or something nice and soft. Give it a velour, a nice velour finish on the end of it. Felt fuzzy thing, make it a fuzzy pillow. Wouldn't be that hard. It's just several strips of cloth sewn together around a ring of foam. Stuff the middle with fluff. Right? Coffee cups, t-shirts, pens, pencils, that sort of stuff. Right? Why? For the money? No. not really. Again, I don't really want to do it for the money, but merch supports merch. You can basically fund merch into merch, and I must admit, if I ever did make enough money to fund stuff, I'd be using it to build random things that I shouldn't be talking about because it gives away what I do for a life. Anyway, all that said and done, we're now having to head on out. So, you know what time that means? Well, that's right. Time to go. So, like I said, not interested in the money, more interested in the community at this point. That might change in the future, who knows? But yeah, we'll play some more Final Fantasy, help get through that. We got some more frame capable doing things, do an in-frame session. And we might do a few more things elsewhere. Like what games? I don't know. Right? Maybe a few more infuriating things where I swear at the computer something fierce because the guy on the other side can't hear you? Maybe. But it is, of course, time to say good night, goodbye, and we'll catch you next time. Got a few more improvements to get done on the piece. So, until then, laters.